Hey gang, friendly neighborhood Zippo. You guys are looking down on the head of a Intek. It's the 27 horse off of the John Deere Z655. Just got underneath the cover to take a look and see how clean things are, and I wanted to point a few things out to you. You see the size of this galley right here. That is one of the major improvements that they made to the heads on these Inteks to help keep them from, you guessed it, overheating. And something else that they did was on the covers, the cover says, remove cover to clean, then reinstall. That doesn't mean the whole cover. So give me just a second. I will stick the blower housing back on and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, the cover's just loosely thrown back on there just so that I can show you guys. Right here it says remove cover to clean, then reinstall. And you might think that's the entire cover, right? No. On the new Inteks, the newer Inteks, there's a couple of brass colored screws. They're steel screws, but brass colored screws. You take those out, and then it gives you a door so you can get down in there and clean these things out on a regular basis. So you saw the first part where I showed the increased passages, and then they took it a step further and changed the blower housing, re-engineered the blower housing to make it easier for you to get in there and clean things out. This one was really clean. All I did here was just blew out the carburetor, cleaned the carburetor out. That's about all that this one needed, and then it was done. This is the Z655 that had the issue with the belt jumping off of the pulley. So we're going to get done with this one, wrap this one up, and then we'll skip on over here to this one and just go through it and check it out and see overall what kind of shape it's in, and if it's in need of any major repairs or if it can just get a quick servicing. This one's going to be going up for sale by the pawn shop, and I thought for sure that the Z950R would be one that the pawn shop would keep for grounds maintenance. No. I found out what they paid for it, and what you paid for it and what it's worth. Believe it or not, there is a they stand to make about 3 times what they paid for it on the sale. So that just makes really good business sense, is to go ahead and get this one ready to go. I mean, it needs new tires. It's probably going to need another couple of other things, but when we go over this one, it's pretty interesting. It's got an onboard computer that helps you diagnose many different ailments, and also to go through and test all of your safeties and whatnot. And we'll go over all the controls and everything with it as well, so you guys can stay tuned for that one. This is the one that is only showing 1.2 hours, but actually has right around 1100 hours on the big Kohler there. So we have an identical engine over here with the same covers. I'm going to take it and clean it up and make sure that, do we have the same covers? Let's see. We don't. Or do we? Yep, there's covers there too. Okay, just the sticker's missing, that's all. But see how it ties in and just looks all neat and tidy and doesn't look like it has any access at all? That's where having that sticker there and reading the owner's manual really comes in handy. Oil cooler, 27 horses. This engine is just 1 year newer than that one, but the hour difference is pretty major on these. You can turn this one on, take a look at the hour meter. It has 572 hours on it. We'll come over here, and this one has just 147 hours on it. So even though this one's a year older, but this one is they use this on their own properties. So anyway, I'm gonna get that buttoned up, then we'll jump over to that one, check it out, see what's going on with it, if anything, and then move right along. So we'll see you on the next segment. Alright, got her all buttoned back up. Let's see if she's going to cold start. Because it hadn't been started in quite some time. What do you think? Is it gonna? Yes, no, maybe? Now maybe it will. Forgot to mention the float bowl was empty. I didn't give it time to drain down, so that's why I had to crank over for a little bit, but fired right up. So that one can get shoved out of the way. Not that I have a lot of room to shove stuff out of the way, that is, because I'm kind of buried. And that joy belt, I'll tell you what, let's start that real quick, just real quick, so you can hear this wonderful engine. It's got some issues. Alright, working brake on. Let's get her up to full choke. Let's crank her over. Noise alert. Sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah, what do you guys think that is? I'll give anybody a guess. Yeah, slate rod knock? Yeah, maybe just a little one. That's alright. We've got an engine we can throw in that. Well, Kevin may not like the news that he's going to get about it, but it is what it is, right? And since we're doing cold starts, let's give the Z665 a cold start. Watch your hands and feet. Noise alert. Here we go. Contact. Yeah, I really don't think this one's going to need much except for just a quick tune-up. Give it a little bit of new oil. Treat the fuel in the tank, so we don't know how long it's going to be before it's going to get sold. And then also the hydros need adjusted. They're a little on the wonky side, so we'll give those a little bit of adjusting. So, is that enough to just go ahead and end it now, or do we just want to keep going? As you can see right here, your tracking adjustments are really, really easy to find on this one. They are literally labeled and right here on both sides. So getting that tracked in isn't going to be an issue. It's going to involve, a lot of starting it, going out, riding it around, seeing how it does, so on and so forth. But that's going to be something that I'll probably just do off camera. It's in your owner's manual, how to adjust your tracking. And you can also change your lever control positions to make it more comfortable for you, and this seat also adjusts forward and back. I'm going to come over here and look at this one that's just 1 year older. And as you can see, it also has the tracking adjustments, the adjustable seat, and the adjustable arms for your comfort and convenience. One last thing that I do have to do to this one is we have a slow leak in this tire. Got to pay some attention to that. Even slow leaks can be a pain. This is off the Z655, so I had a tire to repair at the end of the video, and I'll stuff this in somewhere else. Sprayed the whole tire down, kept waiting, and the tiniest little bubble decided it was going to come out from right here. So I found the hole. Now we got to repair it. Repairing the holes is simple enough. And I know you can't hear it, but finding that little hole, that was a bugger. Alright, first thing you want to do, locate your hole, obviously. And I'll stick that in. I'm going to go ahead and let the air out of the tire so that I can repair this without the tire under load, and then I'll just air the tire right back up. Take valve stem out. It's on the inside. Just the slowest of leaks. Slow. So what you want to do here, you take your abrasive tool, just going to run that in and out a few times just to get the rubber ready for the plug. And once you get it out, you have to get that sucker off of there, and they can be a pain. So I usually just grab a pair of hemostats and I grab a hold of one end of it, pinch down, and I rip the plastic away as fast as I can and hope that it stays on the hemostats. Just like that. And we have to fit this through there. Well, I've already flattened that end out, so I'll grab just the bitter end of it, just like that. Start forcing it through and grab it with the hemostats on the other end and pull it in to where it's pretty well centered. Sticky, but that's good. You want it to be sticky, right? It's just rubberized, sticky rubberized rope, more or less, is all these really are. Pull it, get it into the center. Come on, get in the center. Okay, get it into the center. You've already got your hole prepped. So that's what you've got right there. We've got our hole prepped right there. We're going to insert it. Go ahead and air the tire up some so it's a little firmer and easier for me to push that plug in. And to find air leaks, it's not that difficult. Just take some kind of a soapy substance in a spray bottle and spray it, and just be patient and keep watching, and you'll eventually see where your leak is coming out. Sometimes it'll come in the form of, you know, a bunch of little bubbles or one big slow filling bubble, which in my case that's what happened here. One big long really slow filling bubble. Alright, push it down in, make sure you've got it below the surface inside the tire, and then twist and pull, and sometimes it'll come back out with it. Let's try it again. Get her back in there. And there we go. Now she stayed in there. Don't worry about nipping the ends of the plug off, just leave it there. It's the tiniest little slit in the end of these. And the faster you pull it out, the better chance you're going to have. This is spring steel, so it'll open up to allow that to come out. Now we're going to air the tire back up to pressure, spray, and see if we've gotten that leak taken care of. £12, folks, 12 pounds. But I'm going to overinflate this one just a little bit to start with. There we go. Got it at about 18 pounds. So now, so I don't forget, I'll put the valve cap back on. Let's give it a spray. And you're looking for bubbles to form. Waiting, waiting, waiting. I see no bubbles forming. Tire repaired. Just that simple. You can pick those tire repair kits up literally anywhere. I do not recommend doing this to your vehicle's tires though. Radial tires that'll separate the steel bands. Just on bias ply, riding mower, low speed, golf cart tires, stuff like that. Alright, that's it. Let me get this wheel back on here and get on to something else. Listen to that. And we'll come over here to the Z950R. That tire right there leaks down really quick. In fact, it's already going flat, and I just filled it maybe half an hour ago. So we've got to pull that one off and find the leak in that. Those are 26-12-12s there. These are 26 or 24, shoot, 23 10.5 12s on this one. So, well, you guys didn't really see a whole lot, did you? Except for me just showing you how they have definitely improved your way of being able to clean. Also, the differences in the sizes of the passages on those Inteks. But this one's long enough. I'm going to get into that one. If I find anything interesting in that one, I'll pop the camera back on and insert it somewhere. But for now, we're going to call this one done. If you would please, right down there, little bald guy, tap on his head. You can do that to subscribe, and then the bell icon to be reminded of other videos being posted. Here's a random video, and here's my latest video. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Zippo later. I'm out of here.